Hey guys, thanks for watching. I wanted to do a story time with Elise video today. It's kind of like a story within a story. So the main story takes place when I was eco warrior, which is basically like caretaker on this marine reserve in Canada called Race Rocks. I have a few videos of the place. Maybe I'll put links or something if you are interested. But basically, it's a place where while I was there, there was just like hundreds and hundreds of sea lions and seals that live on this island, along with a bunch of seabirds and whatnot. Um, but yeah, the thing that I that I experienced there, I ended up talking to a friend about because they were having a problem with someone at work and like you've all worked with these people. They're just super difficult. They're always like offended or defensive about everything, and like especially annoying when they're like in a supervisory sort of role because you're supposed to be looking to them for like leadership, and then they're just like a complete mess all the time. Um, Anyways, so my advice to my friend was based off of one of the experiences I had when I was on these islands. So there was a bunch of different jobs I had to do, looking after the house and whatnot, the two houses and the lighthouse, um, and just making sure everything was okay, but also making sure that all the animals were all right. So I was always kind of like checking on the sea lions, and whenever like a boat was coming in, I had to like physically shoo them off the dock so that the boat could come and dock there. Um, yeah, because they would just be lying all over the jetty, and it makes it impossible to like get off the boat or do anything. So literally have to go out with like a big stick or just like be making noises and be like, "Come on, guys, get out of the way!" And then they would kind of like burp 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 and like hop off the jetty. But there was like this one sea lion that had, I think, a problem with his eye. I think he was maybe blind in one eye and obviously had been injured on that same side. Who knows what happened? But anyways, um, yeah, I think that maybe his one flipper was also like a bit injured, so he never wanted to move. He was always like really mad when I'd come along. He would be like staring at me like I don't want to move. Um, and I remember one time in particular, I ran back to get something, and I didn't have my professional broom scary away device. So when I came back, he had already gone back on the jetty, and I was trying to get back from the seaside of the jetty to the land side of the jetty because I can't stay on the jetty all day. And I was kind of like, okay, get out of the way. And it was the first time and only time that any of the sea lions got aggressive with me. And he like kind of stormed forward, and I was like, whoa, okay, because this guy is like, I don't know, like a ton. So I was like, oh, okay, that's very threatening. However, I need to get by. So eventually I was just like, okay, you need to move. And he eventually kind of like reluctantly slugged away. And I was like, whoa, that guy was like super aggressive for no reason. But then I was like, okay, it's probably like, he's a wild animal. He's injured. He's probably more scared of me than I am of him. And he's just like expressing that through like this aggressiveness. Um, because he's scared that I'm after him because I'm like going towards him, and he's like, ah. So yeah. So then when my friend was telling me about his work problem, I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of the sea lion. Like this lady who you're having so much trouble with is probably just like somehow injured or like has some sort of problem or whatever, and is just like taking that like aggressiveness out on everyone because she just assumes that everyone is out to get her or something, and like probably is just like afraid of everyone else being mean to her and doesn't realize that she's being super aggressive, or that's just her way of like defending her own self against whatever. Anyways, that's pretty much the story. Like, if you meet people who seem like super mean or defensive, and you're like, ah, they must just be a mean person, it's probably because they're actually like hurt from something, and that's just their way of dealing with it. It's not a good way, but I don't know, it's just an interesting way to sort of like try to understand people and yeah. Anyways, that's my story. It is super hot. I don't know if you can see all this, but anyways, hope you enjoyed that and yeah, have a good day. Peace.